This entire thing built with AI locally for free. No ChatGPT, no Copilot, and no subscription. Let me show you how. Before we build 3 tools, that's all this setup is. Let me show you each one in literally 30 seconds. First, Ollama. Think of it as a container that runs AI models directly on your machine. No API key, no internet after setup, no one watching what you type, it just runs. The model we are using is Gemma4, Google's DeepMind latest open model, dropped just a few weeks ago. And what makes it special for us? It is multimodal. It understands screenshot, you paste code or an error and it reads it. We are going to use that later and I'll show you exactly why it matters to us. And third, continue. A free VSCode extension connects directly to Ollama, a AI coding assistant inside an editor. It sees your code but never sends anything to server. That's the stack and this is what we are building today. A terminal portfolio in React looks like a real terminal but runs inside a browser. Let's go. Ollama first. Head to ollama.com, download the installer for macOS, hit allow, let the download complete, and once it is done, it installs in second, no setup wizard, and it runs as a background service the moment it is done. And now the model, which is Gemma4. This process here is pulling Gemma4, which is about 9 gigs, and going straight to my NVMe. This is the E4B variant, mixture of experts with 4 billion active parameters. It runs clean on my Apple Silicon via Metal. Multimodal out of the box. This is the one. Gemma4 sitting right there on our machine and not on a server somewhere. Continue extension, search, install, and done. Point it to Ollama, open the config, set provider to Ollama, model to Gemma4 E4B, hit save, done. Continue is now running entirely off our local model. No token counter, no API bill, nothing leaving this machine. 2 minutes full AI dev setup. Now let's build something. React app first. One command, wait because it's fast and I don't want to wait for anything today. Default page. Let's just close this. Now, this is where continue earns its place. For smaller edits and suggestions, it is genuinely useful. Now, here is something I want to be straight with you about. When I asked continue to make larger edits, rewrite full components, and manage multiple files, it struggled and failed a few times. And that is fine because that's the honest reality of where 4B models are right now. For autocomplete, for explaining code, for smaller targeted changes, brilliant. But for complex multi-file generations, well, it is not yet there. Well, the portfolio itself got finished with a few hit and trials, and here is what it looks like. ASCII banner at the top, all commands wired up. Now, here's the part where our setup really shines, the open web UI. And this is the other half of the setup. And I deliberately saved it because this is the moment where it makes all sense. Just one Docker command, and that's the entire install. While that downloads, Open Web UI is a self-hosted ChatGPT interface. Runs in your browser, talks to your local Ollama models, stores everything on your machine, and crucially, it accepts your images and file uploads. There it is. Looks familiar, right? That's because it is designed to feel exactly like ChatGPT, except this is running entirely on my local machine. Gemma4 already there, picked up automatically from Ollama. Now here is what I really want to show you. I took my app.jsx, the main component of the terminal portfolio, pasted it straight into WebUI and asked Gemma4 to explain it. Watch this. It broke down the component structure, explained the state management, walked through the command handling logic, all from a paste. No API keys, no internet, no bill. This is the use case that matters today, I believe. You are in a code base you didn't understand, you didn't write. Paste it here, ask it to explain, get a clear answer privately. Now let's look at the final result. And clear because a messy terminal bothers me. And that's a portfolio that can stand out. Nobody else is submitting a terminal when they apply for a job. Built with local AI, zero cost, zero cloud, and zero compromise on privacy. So let's recap what we just set up. Ollama running Gemma4 locally on an Apple Silicon. Continue as a free extension for VS Code. Open WebUI in the browser, paste code, paste screenshots, get answers privately. All of it talking to the same local model, all of it for free. So ChatGPT Plus is $20 a month. GitHub Copilot starting pack is $10 a month. And that is $360 every year just to write code with AI. Well, this setup, zero forever. Well, now the honest part. I'm going to be real with you. Continue struggled with larger file edits all through the build of this project. A 4 billion parameter model running locally on my machine can never beat a GPT-4o model on complex tasks, at least. For genuinely hard problems, use the best tool available. But for 80% of the daily dev work, be it autocomplete, explaining code, understanding a new code base, quick questions, well, this handles it pretty well, instantly and without a bill at the end of the day. The models are getting better every day. Gemma4 came out a few weeks back and it is already reading code, explaining components, and I can bet that 6 months from now, these local models will be significantly more capable and more better. And getting comfortable at this kind of a setup will definitely put you ahead of the curve. So if this was useful, subscribe. I'm going to be exploring this kind of stuff and I'll be honest with you about what works and what does not. Drop a comment, tell me what you would build out of this setup. I'm genuinely very curious about that, and I'll see you in the next one.